Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Crybaby Allison, and today I'm going to be talking about my new favorite reality TV show, Hoarder House Flippers. Despite how many commentary videos I've seen on YouTube breaking down different reality TV shows and how much I love those people have a strength that I do not myself possess. I'm gonna leave that, for the most part, to the professionals / YouTubers who like to watch that. But that might have changed because I found exactly one show that, well, I guess this is two, just one. I officially finally found a show I do not feel that way about, or at least this one episode I don't feel that way about. From what I understand, they have like a rotation of different hosts. I don't care. I don't care about any of those other hosts. I want to talk about these three brothers. Their names are Maktar, Issa, and Kadeem. They're the sweetest men you will ever see flipping houses, and I truly don't think I could do them justice, so let's just get into it. Let's just watch them.
What in the hell?
Bro, don't say anything, man. Don't say anything.
What is this, man? Bro! You bought a hoarder house?
Since I'm young, I know that I want to be in construction and real estate. I'm just helping out any way I can and just help with the design and the labor also.
I love, like in every other shot, he's just like, very, very stoic.
Is that a kind of joke?
No, seriously.
I'm a financial planner and also a real estate investor, so I help Maktar with the money issues.
Issa's the brain, I'm the vision, he's the muscle. Period.
That is, I missed the first 5 to 10 minutes when I saw this just pop up on the TV, you know how the TV forces you. But in my head, I'm like, this dude is the vision. The other dude, he's the money, and this dude's the muscle. And it's like, dude, they didn't even have to say. They just communicate it through their actions.
This is literally like the worst purchase that he's made.
You can't tell me it's not a great deal, man.
No, it's a great deal.
It's the worst purchase he's ever made, but it's a good deal.
You know, there is a lot of junk right here, man.
Yeah. They have a hoarder house. I'm like, there's a lot of junk in here.
There's a lot of stuff, and I'm taking the challenge.
Taking the challenge.
I know.
Seriously.
Okay. Don't look at the mess.
They just see the mess. But me, I see the potential to make money.
That's just mason jars of nails.
I cannot even move because everything looks so disgusting.
I was dating someone when I was like 18, 19, and his mom was a hoarder. This is worse because they can't even get through it. But his house was just like floor to almost ceiling stacks of like boxes and papers and stuff. And like the main routes, like from the front door to like the kitchen and like the bathroom, it's like they had little pathways.
I don't think I want to keep some.
I like that lamp.
There's even shingles for the roof.
Oh.
Yeah, shingle. They're staging that, right? Like, they weren't actually thinking of renovating themselves and then getting kicked out of the house. They had to... They do that, right? On renovation shows. I really hate... The only time I ever see them is through content creators revealing them. That's wild. Yeah, they had to... They planted those. There's no way people leave the stuff to make it better for the next people who are gonna come in. And what is this, Always Sunny? Like they're spraying on the walls afterwards to fuck over whoever's gonna be there next?
No, paint your room with color that's not stupid.
I mean, maybe people do. When I was in high school, we snuck back into a house that we had a mortgage on and couldn't keep up with the payments, and threw like a little bit of a party. Definitely like, it wasn't like hoarder bad, but there were definitely like a couple bleach stains afterwards because people were throwing up and stuff. Nobody needs to hear this, actually.
Oh, shit.
Oh! It smells. Yo! Someone did.
It smells, really? I love these shows too because they're always like, it smells like piss in here, and that needs to change. Yeah, that's the whole point.
No,
I paused it on... I know, I don't want to do that part.
because there is too much stuff to do inside. The quality of the house is very poor.
I low-key kind of like that bathtub, though. That thick 80s, very heavy stone bathtub.
I don't want to get dirty.
Dude, he walks into, like, with these nice trousers and the blazer or the jacket he's wearing. He's like, oh, I don't want to get dirty. It's like, why'd you come into this place then?
I'm worried about my clothes because of the smell.
Dude, put the blazer in the car or something. Because, yeah, you're dressed very nice. I wouldn't want to be walking around with those nice clothes. That poop stain? You want to be wearing a nice blazer like that near those poop stains? No.
Clearly see that the previous owner started some renovation. Maybe they find something that I don't know yet.
Again, but they know it's up. I keep suspending my disbelief too easily. It's because I'm not immune, you know? Like, I don't watch these shows often enough to register automatically, like, oh yeah, this is just part of the bit. I'm just flabbergasted the entire time.
This is a lot of work, man.
Bro, just imagine the transformation, man.
But that's why I love them so, like, it still has all the stupid shit that these shows normally have, but just the sweet, wholesome dynamic. He's so optimistic, so hopeful, not focused on, you know, how much work it's gonna be.
He's so passionate about what he's doing right now. So I don't want to break that light that he had inside of him.
Oh my god. I don't want to break that light that he has inside of him. That is so sweet. Man, I want them to be my relatives. I want these siblings.
For myself, I need to put number on this just to make sure that, you know.
Anyways, you don't have a choice. I already bought it, so.
Sorry about it.
I don't know if that's the best thing to say when somebody is taking on a huge financial obligation. Like, well, you gotta do it. And then they just laugh at it.
I think it's not enough for this type of project.
Those nice ass trousers. They've got the nice plaid on them, and he's all the way buttoned in I guess it's a bomber jacket rather than a blazer. Those nice glasses. He looks like a Warby Parker model. Don't go walking to the poop house like that.
Sell it back for how much?
300,000.
I'm so bad at math. I did not clock that it was that little. But I guess it is a lot of work, but like, well, I guess they are splitting it amongst like a crew and everything too. Because I was thinking, yeah, no, I couldn't do that. I was deluding myself for a second. He's such a good brother too. He's like, he's nervous about the investment. He's not really feeling it, but he's still like, but I don't want to dim his light. He's so optimistic. I want him to enjoy it. So I feel like when I see these shows on people's content, like they're always like manufacturing drama in ways that are really like toxic and hostile, and like they're just being mean to each other for no reason, or
I don't know what that means, but Toby, right?
Yeah, he gets it.
maybe I just don't know the genre enough, but this is really sweet.
He's optimistic, this guy, man.
Next step.
So basically, we have to,
He looks a little worried.
So basically, we have to,
I have 9 brothers and sisters.
9 brothers. This is truly a family business, family venture.
What's the point of having all those siblings if they cannot help you for free? So
Hold on. Okay, when you say free, do you mean like nothing up front? Like you are gonna share some. I don't know if it's just like a reciprocity because you're relatives, so eventually you're gonna get them back, but damn.
one of my friends and my business partner.
Look, this is nice.
They found a nice table. It might smell like poop, but you can still take it if you want. They should have like, I feel like I've seen like rom-coms where like the femme protagonist is like disgusted and she's cleaning and she just wanna put one of those masks on. There's literally poop in here.
Keeper,
I like that lamp too.
that's a brand new door. Construction material is gonna help us a lot.
That construction material we planted is really gonna be helpful.
At the back of the house, there's a shed. Maybe we'll find something good there.
Like more building material?
Nice.
They should leave the spray paint. I think that's funny. Depending on where, I don't think you could here, but I feel like you could, you know, pass that off as some kind of avant-garde bullshit.
It smells good compared to yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
compared to yesterday.
It smells good compared to yesterday. They were faking some stuff. They were definitely faking some stuff. I have some friends that they recently bought like this really nice old Victorian in like the Richmond area. Really pretty house. Definitely needs a lot of fixing up. And when they first moved in, the previous owner had like dogs that they weren't taking care of, and it smelled like piss like all through the front of the house. And they were living there for like 6 months before they could get that smell away. And I highly doubt in 24 hours. It's fake. It's all fake. It's staged. I don't understand. But I feel like you have to, the point is just to suspend disbelief and to watch it earnestly. Otherwise, what's the point?
Oh,
Oh,
you see how big it is? It's huge. We're gonna start by remove the shower.
Imagine like buying this house afterwards and then seeing this show. I would be repulsed touching anything. Ugh. Because that looks like a nice tub. If it was all cleaned up, I'd be like, oh, that's great. Like, let's have a bath in there. But and then if I came back and saw this, I'd be like, oh, there's poop in there too?
Panel is gonna cost us around $2,000.
okay.
2,000?
Okay, that wasn't expected.
I was not expecting this. That would probably be a good drinking game for one of these. Every time they're like, oh, we didn't expect this.
It's disgusting. I need to get out of here, man. There's so many things that I need to get out of here. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh,
We need your, come on, man. You're always so optimistic. You'll persevere, I know it. I would, at the first inconvenience, go to my car and cry and then never come back.
I wish I had a crystal ball.
Right now, we find a lot of surprise. We find a lot of stuff that we didn't thought about.
Why do you think it was so cheap? I also love how I'll watch like 15 minutes of one of these shows and I'm convinced that I am an expert as well.
All those numbers that adding up.
Yeah.
It's getting out of control.
13 grand. 30 grand extra?
Let's see what and like I feel like in so many of these shows too, they have like such like 5 grand. But like that, like they're literally just be like, oh my god, fuck.
30 grand extra?
Do you know what time is it, bro? Tell me, man. Demolition time, bro.
You know, Maktar had a lot of ideas and he had taste for expensive design. So I invited him over to get an idea of what he's thinking about it.
It would break my heart, and I feel like it's totally possible for like some stuff to come out afterwards that like apparently they're super dysfunctional families. I feel like that always happens on reality TV. Like they get you attached to these characters through a very manufactured environment, and then like 6 months later something horrible comes out about them. I would be devastated. Not the family from Hoarder House Flippers.
Even in the kitchen, I wanted one big open space.
When are we gonna get over open concept kitchens? Like, is it just me, or is that like the least intentional, the most bare basic, not very interesting? It seems like it's just the cheapest, easiest way to put together a kitchen, right? I'm not 100% sure what open concept means. I also love how I'll watch like 15 minutes of one of these shows and I'm convinced that I am an expert as well.
We have the space for a bathtub.
Wait, did they get rid of the tub? I like the tub. They just didn't want to clean it.
Maktar can easily overspend. So that's why I'm here, to make sure he still make profit.
He's such a good brother though. He's just like, I don't want to dim his light. He is overspending a little bit. I'm trying to rein him in gently.
I'm trying to stay positive.
Of course you are. You always try to stay positive. That's great.
So the roof is brand new. It's gonna last 25 years.
How long are roofs supposed to last? I tell myself, I'm like, I could do this. And then they say one thing about the roof and I'm like, is that good? That's 25 years? That's how it's supposed to last that long? Not more than that? Not less? That's good years.
Honestly, we can see the difference now. Looks a lot better right now.
I mean, it does look better in the way that there's a wall there now and there wasn't a wall there before. So muted and boring. God, I hate design these days. Everything's so washed out, desaturated.
We choose the vinyl option because it's cost effective and it looks great at the same time.
Does it look great? Am I not seeing something? Maybe it just looks durable, or like the craftsmanship is good.
We want when the buyer is gonna come in, they're like, wow.
I love how much he like puts himself in the eyes of whoever they're selling to. This needs to be the focal point. This is where the home is, and when they come in, they're gonna be like, wow. It's like, you know what? Like, that's why you have the vision. You put yourself in the buyer's shoes. I'd buy a house from him probably, even if it had an ugly gray siding to it, and I could afford a house.
So this is my masterpiece. We realized that the window was from bottom to top.
That sounds cool. Floor to ceiling windows. In a house though, the front of your house. That sounds dangerous more than anything.
You know, it's the front of the house. That's the first thing that the people are gonna see.
He's turning around. He's gaining that optimism back. I'm proud of him. It's a lovely periwinkle on that sweater too. It's like a slate. What is their sweater budget? They have such lovely sweaters.
So we're gonna put the light right here, with brand new modern door. What color for the door? It's gray with a little bit of white. So I think it's popping out. Yellow? So basically,
that coy little smile.
the curb appeal of the house is very important. So I think we're gonna have that wow effect.
Everything by code. That's 10 grand. When a buyer know everything is new.
That's a selling point, actually.
Yeah. I support that decision. That sounds like a good idea. You know what you're talking about, it sounds like. I would know. I've never done this. That pullover, that like slate gray, that's like an American Apparel ass color.
With all those extra costs.
The French drain, new electricity.
I'm starting to realize why I paid that little for that house.
Yeah!
I'm ready.
What are you doing, man?
Demolition, man, let's go.
I told you, super traditionally masked. Like, he just stands there like, and then when he does actually do something, he's like, we're gonna run through this fucking wall.
I'm an ex-professional fill-up player.
Set.
But don't you guys think that the deck is nice for a new buyer?
It's not adding value, and at this moment, we have to save money.
Listen to the visionary. I wasn't paying attention, but I still think they should listen to him.
Maybe we could have like a drop-down table. You could just drop down the table, add the chair, have the family dinner, and when you're finished, you could just put it back up.
I actually think it's a pretty clever idea, you know?
It is a clever idea.
So I think the buyer is gonna notice that we pay attention to the small details.
See, he's putting himself in the buyer's mind again. Although I think he's assuming that people are as sweet and thoughtful as he is. Like, they're gonna know we put all this effort into it. It's like, I mean, they're gonna like it, but I don't know if they're gonna be that appreciative. They're not even gonna really think about it probably. But you know what? That cynicism is why I'm not on Hoarder House Flippers. That and I don't know how to flip houses.
I do flip with a lot of other investors. He actually owns a construction company. So if there's anything we could find for free, we're open for it. I'm gonna paint it in yellow, that's for sure.
The yellow door. They should mark it up to $500,000 because of the yellow door.
This table is amazing. That's what I want.
Perfect. We're gonna make you a smaller one.
We love this. It's perfect. Great. We're gonna make you a different one.
You wanna try that?
You think we can do that?
Of course you can.
Aww. Oh, I just love how they're like hyping each other up. I feel like this is positive masculinity. I feel like I like this.
You wanna remove big chunks.
That looks really fun. I would love to just slam an axe against something. I like that noise. I don't know why. That fucking Home Depot ASMR. Sounds like there's a garden center like 100 feet away.
What are you gonna put here?
I thought about tile. We could just buy tile.
Just go full dungeon. I think I would, if I could afford a house, be more likely to buy it if they had a log lady impersonator standing by the fireplace, just like saying cryptic things to me the entire time I was there. I think that would persuade me.
There you go. That's a brand new house.
Oh,
There you go.
the Mac! Okay.
Mr. Moneyman! Let's see what he thinks. Because he didn't want to dim his brother's light, and I wonder now, like, I feel like he's going to be really happy for him.
Glass shower, brand new bathtub. I have quite a few people following me. I have something special for you. A brand new property is gonna come up on the market soon. I do use my social media for a lot of things, especially for everything that I do in a real estate standpoint. The new yellow door. I'm really excited.
I really love that yellow door. That yellow door makes me very excited. I really want to go in there now. I'm not that excited by the yellow door. I hate to say it, but...
You have the living room with that fireplace.
They have a yellow vase by the fireplace. That's going to make people really excited about the fireplace.
It's look like a moment that you can have with your family, a telling story, you know?
Telling stories, a moment? That's how you know, like, you're made for this industry. They are turning a house into a home on Hoarder House Flippers. They should have kept the jars full of nails. I think that was just... I'm learning a lot about myself and what I like about fireplaces. I want the weird mason jars full of nails and log lady saying cryptic things to me. I don't think I get what a fireplace is supposed to be for. I think it's just supposed to be a portal to, like, nether realm. I don't know.
Oh! Okay!
There's nothing yellow in there. Actually, the rug! That's their secret to success.
Now this place, it's nice.
I normally love, like, the above, like, clawfoot bathtubs. I love those, but got rid of the really cool, like, chunky 80s one. That was, like, late 80s, early 90s suburb aesthetic, and you got rid of it for this boring-ass millennial washed-out rustic shit.
Modern, rustic look in this bathroom. Everything in here was oversized. We had, like, that big round tub.
That's what was cool about it. I'm tired of things being sleek. I want them to take up space. Okay, also, though, like, having a tub that size, like, it's also extra counter space. You can put like towels and candles on there. It's somewhere to lounge on if you would like to. There's more tub to hang out in. I don't think they're seeing the full potential of that tub.
Oh, wow. Wow.
They really... What is... I'm starting to go crazy. Like, I feel like the yellow is like, you know, playing a record backwards and hearing shit. Like, there's coded messages in this yellow. It's the only fucking color in this place and it's everywhere. I guess, like, the yellow is just supposed to make, like, the other yellow pop. They're trying to tell me something. I know it.
The only thing that I remember was the water damage.
This is actually cork floors, so it's actually waterproof.
Cork, waterproof. I'm learning things. Cork is waterproof. Something else about the counters. And yellow has mystical powers that forces people to buy your house.
They're not little brothers anymore. They're like big men. I'll ask them to do renovation at my home.
Oh, I knew he'd be proud. I'm proud of both of them.
It probably listed at $315, and then with all the closing costs and everything, still make $60,000 profit.
30,000, and they thought they were gonna get 90K, so it's 60K instead. See? The numbers, it's rubbing off on me. I'm like the Mr. Money Man. You know what? He's teaching me a lot about optimism and a positive mindset that you can still acknowledge, you should acknowledge when things are difficult and like let yourself feel that and then go the fuck outside because you're overwhelmed and then afterwards come back and persevere, you know? I'm learning so much from Hoarder House Flippers. All about life, nothing about houses.
Let's put this house on the market and sell it, man.
I have sweaters to buy.
I ended up selling it for $365,000. We ended up making a profit of $104,000. Ka-ching!
That Sherpa trim. I really love coats and jackets and cardigans.
Hey, wait, now I can get paid.
I got you on the next one.
No. I'll tell
I got
Mom,
you on the
man.
next one.
I'll tell Mom, man.
How fucking long are these episodes? I thought these things were supposed to be like 20 minutes. How long were they like in the 2000s when that move that fan bus? Were those 45 minutes? I think one of like the appeals of these shows too is they really spoon feed you to you how you're supposed to feel about everything. They should do a version of one of these shows where they have somebody who's just like an armchair watcher of these things. Not even somebody who just doesn't know what they're talking about. Don't tell the main crew, and they're just in charge of it. They're the project manager. So it's been a couple weeks since I filmed the commentary part of actually watching this. I was gonna say you could probably tell from my roots, but I actually don't know if you can tell. It's been that amount of time. But I had a really exciting couple of weeks. For one, immediately after watching that show about fixing your house, my X-Files poster fell down. Like literally within 60 minutes, within the hour of me finishing filming that. I don't know what I did. I think my house is jealous. I think it's mad at me for looking at other houses and decided it was going to reject the nice things I had tried to do for it. I think it's going to Smart House me, the Disney movie Smart House. I think that is what is about to happen here. So if I stop posting, you'll know what happened. My house killed me. I also, within a couple days, immediately broke my closet. So I couldn't get into my clothes for several days. But the most exciting thing that happened is while I was filming that video, I somehow injured myself just sitting here. I am bad at everything. I don't know what I did. I popped something out of place. I was lucky enough to get myself embarrassing myself by injuring myself doing nothing while sitting here in front of the camera. If you don't like loud, gross bones moving around noises, I'd go like that for like 15 seconds. Oof. Oh my god, what did I just do to my back? So yeah, that was really exciting. But it's actually kind of a good thing because I was able to spend that time learning more about our friend Maktar. I learned some incredible things about him. I mean, they're kind of like, it's felt like, you'll see. Remember, I knew nothing about any of this when I first started watching this. I just thought they were really sweet and adorable and a really lovely family. I had no idea how they got into house flipping or any of that until I did that research and I found this.
The last time Maktar Mabai visited this Tim Hortons in Laval was nearly 9 years ago.
Because I was well dressed, I was doing an interview, and I understood at the time that it was only because of the color of my skin.
Laval police came and eventually Mabai was cleared, but he says it was a humiliating experience.
So yeah, apparently what happened is Maktar was going to meet up with a potential employee, and he had the cops called on him. Literally wasn't doing anything, was just being professional, being the sweetheart he is, and we know, right? We know. It was an obvious instance of racial profiling. Apparently because he was dressed nicely, which we have discussed that. They all dressed lovely. They're very fashionable men. But because he was well-dressed and dark-skinned, somebody at the Tim Hortons thought he was recruiting a woman into sex work. Really, really fucked up. I don't really think I have to explain why that's horrible. So the cops were called on him, but because Maktar is the person he is, he decided to take this experience and try to flip it around into something positive.
He got a lot of attention, including from HGTV.
So he rebranded as the Real Estate Mac as sort of a way to flip it around and turn it into something lighthearted.
He says renovating is more than his job.
He gained a following on social media. We saw that earlier. I am following him now, so yeah, that's great. From there, he took his success and he paid it forward.
He helped launch the Youth Rising Estate Foundation, which offers free business training and mentorship to racialized youth.
When there's a negative situation, I'm always trying to make it positive. It's the same thing with flipping. The same thing as I'm turning a negative situation into a positive situation.
And normally, like when I sat down to do this video, I thought I was going to be a lot more critical about like the whole house flipping thing. Like there's a housing crisis in Canada as well as the United States. Taking houses and intentionally making them more expensive to sell them to people who can't afford housing, that's not helpful. But I've also been working on this like super long video essay that I just put out yesterday or a couple days ago, where I'm talking about like the prison industrial complex and like childhood abuse and stuff. So I just like, I need a break. I need to just do something silly. And you know what? Like, I feel like it's a lot easier for me to do that in this moment just because really like such a sweetheart. I also confirmed that Kadeem is a former football player. I don't even know about American football, let alone Canadian football. I tried looking at his stats to get some like idea of anything. I couldn't tell you anything about it, but I'll put a screenshot, and if you understand it, that's great for you. I still don't. However, I do feel that I owe an apology to Kadeem, who will never see this. You might have gathered by this video that I have a very deep appreciation for all things pullovers, cardigans, sweaters, coats.
They have such lovely sweaters. Great sweater. Eggplant turtleneck. It's a lovely periwinkle. That marble sweater. Look at that thick sweater. I love that turtleneck.
I feel I did a disservice when I did not recognize the best sweater in this entire episode. That blue one, look at this. I truly, truly, from the bottom of my heart, am sorry, and I would like to spotlight that sweater right now.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this star.
And you know what? Maktar has inspired me so much throughout this process that I think I too am going to try to fix my fucked up room. I've been in bed for a while now. I finally am able to do some renovations of my own, so I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna make it, it's gonna be amazing. It's going to be yellow door levels of amazing. So here it is.
Now this, it's nice.
Amazing.
That's it. You can go home.